Oop. Is it working? Let's have a look. Right, I'm live. I'm live. I think I'm live. The kids are in the background. They're having a bit of an argument. Let me just see if I'm live, guys. Yeah, kids, it says here I'm live. I don't even know if I am. It's a little bit chilly, but the kids want to play outside. It wouldn't surprise me if they have a few little arguments. Let me just check. It just said you're live. Let's have a look. I think I am live. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm live. I am live. Let's tell some of you. Let me just check. Just said you're live. Let's tell a few of you we're live. Don't know what's going on. It just suddenly started. Yeah. Let's get the chat up. Right. Hi. So there's a few of you on. Let's have a look. Hi, Karen. I went live. Not sure if it was going to work. Don't know what's going on. It just suddenly started. Yeah. All right. We better tell some people we're live. I didn't realise. Let me just turn this down. Hi, Emma. So I don't. Hi. Right, I'm just very, very quickly going to tell a couple of people. I was supposed to go live ages ago. Let's have a look. Now, what I'm going to do, whilst you guys are joining, I'm going to play. We're exposing these fake Elvis YouTube channels. There's one come up now, all about Marion Cook.
Can I go on the phone for that? You're
go on then, you can go on for a bit, so can you... I don't know, where did you put it? Kids are here. But we have to be quiet. Kids, we have to be quiet, or you can put something on the TV. Let me press play. So these fake Elvis channels, what's going on, guys?
Saw him. They were working on him, and I asked them to stop.
For more than 4 decades, she said almost nothing. Marion Cock was there inside Graceland. She watched Elvis Presley live, suffer, and slip away.
All right, let's plug it in over there.
While others gave interviews and cashed in on their connections, she stayed silent.
He had his nurse have it analyzed.
So guys, we're listening to this. To me, this is all bullshit. This is all bullshit. But let's listen to the bullshit. These fake Elvis
A
channels.
little clinic there. And I said, Nick, I don't know what to do. I mean, this is probably my job.
Until now, 1 week before her death, former Graceland nurse broke silence about Elvis. She left a message that would rewrite what we thought we knew. This is not a rumor. This is the final truth from someone who was there and finally decided the world needed to hear it. The nurse behind the gate. Marion Justice Cock passed away quietly at the age of 98 in a modest care home nestled somewhere in Tennessee, far removed.
So we know about Marion. She looked after Elvis. She became very close to Elvis. She even lived at Graceland. Yeah. She absolutely adored Elvis. Elvis loved her as well. I know that Elvis gave her some beautiful gifts, but this is just a mishmash of fake news all mixed together. But let's listen to it, guys, and we'll comment as we go.
From the glitz and glamour that once surrounded the man she cared for. To the outside world, she was simply Elvis Presley's former nurse, a footnote in the larger-than-life saga of the King of Rock and Roll. But beneath that simple title lay decades of silence, a silence heavy with secrets and burdens she carried alone. For more than 40 years, Marion kept her distance from the spotlight. She refused to sell her story, dodge the rumor.
So guys, the thing I've noticed with these things now is what they're doing is they're getting all the facts, they're twisting them, and they're creating this storyline, but there is something secret locked away in a vault. Long lost letters, long lost pictures, long lost footage, long lost information. And people are falling for this rubbish. This is rubbish, guys. I love Marion Cook. Elvis loved Marion Cook. But all of this is fake news.
Or add to the endless stream of Elvis mythos. Her loyalty was not born from fandom, but from something far more profound. A quiet devotion to a man unraveling under the crushing weight of fame, addiction, and pain. Marion was not a celebrity chasing headlines. She was the guardian of the unseen, the keeper of truths whispered behind the towering iron gates of Graceland. She lived within its walls during Elvis's final years, not as a guest, but as the woman he trusted most intimately when his world was crumbling. But 1 week before her death, former Graceland nurse broke silence about Elvis.
Didn't happen, guys.
The truth she carried, the truth she had vowed to keep, was no longer something she could bury. It was a truth that...
Do you see what they're doing? They're building up a climax like, oh no, the truth had to come out. She couldn't keep it quiet. She couldn't bury it anymore. Do you see the con here? The ridiculous thing that is happening on social media in all of these channels. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, obviously YouTube, X. They're all doing it, guys. YouTube is one of the worst ones.
That would challenge everything we thought we knew about Elvis Presley's last days. From hospital halls to Graceland walls. The year was 1975. Marion Koch was a nursing supervisor at Baptist Memorial Hospital in Memphis, a seasoned professional whose days were spent navigating the controlled chaos of the medical ward. Her world was filled with routine rounds, chart updates, and the relentless demands of patient care. When Elvis Presley was admitted under the watchful eye of Dr. Nick Nikopoulos, Marion saw him initially as just another patient, an unexpected disruption that landed on her doorstep on a day she had hoped to be off.
Yeah, it's like Carolyn just said then about getting duped. A lot of people are falling for this bullshit, guys. There's some really trashy Priscilla ones, but there's also some really trashy Elvis ones as well. This is why I don't like them. Because, yeah, maybe the people that don't like Priscilla love these trashy fake YouTube videos. But these same people are also trashing Elvis. This is the problem. It's a double-edged sword, guys.
I was never an Elvis fan, Marion later recalled with blunt honesty. He was an inconvenience. He arrived on my day off, and he made everything more complicated. But complications soon gave way to an unexpected connection. Elvis, once the electrifying icon who had commanded stadiums and hearts worldwide, was now a man tormented by insomnia, hypertension, and a growing dependency on prescription medications.
See, that's acceptable. A growing dependency on prescription medication. He was bloody sick. It just said hypertension, insomnia, other things. Yeah, so I like that bit. They're sort of going, look, Elvis wasn't just trying to get high. He was trying to get better, trying to get well, trying to ease his pain, trying to soothe his body, fix his body. See, so some of the bits are right. Yeah, that's correct. But then it will take a horrible dark twist and say some very negative stuff.
His imposing public persona had faded into quiet desperation behind hospital walls. It was Marion's calm steadiness, a maternal presence amidst the chaos that Elvis clung to. In the sterile hospital rooms, their relationship transformed from patient and nurse into something more nuanced, an unspoken trust forged in long, restless nights. When he came back the second time, he wanted me to stay the night, she later recalled.
So I do, there's half-truths again. Elvis did want Marion Cook with him, close by. He did. There was a point where he really felt he needed her. He specifically asked for her. And she would stay nights at Graceland. She had her own home, but if Elvis phoned her, she was there quickly, especially towards the end, I think. Because I've seen quite a few Marion Cook interviews. So let's keep going, guys.
I stayed in the room across the hall. If he wanted anything, he'd come in and shake my shoulders. And most of the time it was, I can't sleep. Would you get up and talk to me? And I'd get up, put my robe on, and sit in the sitting room with him.
Yeah, so that is true. Yeah, I've heard that said. Let's keep going, guys.
By the end of his second hospital stay that year, Elvis's request was clear and surprising to many. He wanted Marion by his side at Graceland. This request marked the beginning of a chapter few outsiders ever glimpsed. For the next 2.5 years, Marion lived inside the mansion, not in the guest rooms or formal parlors, but in Lisa Marie's bedroom.
Right, so that, is that true? I don't know. did she stay in Lisa Marie's room? Is that true? I don't think she lived there. I do think she would go there and spend nights there. I don't know, guys. Remember, I haven't researched Marianne Cook. I think we've got her book somewhere over here. I don't know, guys. You tell me in the comments.
Transformed into a makeshift infirmary. She conducted checkups from the kitchen nook, monitored vital signs amid family dinners, and was often the only person awake during the lonely, fraught hours of the night. Through medical crises and emotional turmoil, Marion was Elvis's constant, a sentinel standing watch as the king's empire quietly crumbled. Yet despite
See that as the king's empire crumbled. That, so it does take a dark turn, yeah? Some of the wording is used to sensationalize it, to make it's like, how can I say it? They want Elvis to fall off a cliff. So they build you up and then they drop you down. That's the point of these fake Elvis channels.
Despite witnessing the man behind the myth with unflinching clarity, she held her tongue about what she saw.
Yeah, I said don't
The reasons for her silence were complex: loyalty, discretion, perhaps even fear. But the consequences would ripple far beyond her own life. A caregiver's code of silence. The world saw
Yeah, so here we go with the code of silence bit. Yeah?
Elvis Presley as an icon of glamour and music.
So I'm just messaging everyone to say we're live, okay, guys?
The king in his glittering jumpsuits, commanding the stage with a voice that could fill arenas. But behind that dazzling veneer lay a far more fragile reality, one few outsiders ever glimpsed. Marianne Cook, Elvis's devoted nurse during his final years, was privy to the truth hidden beneath the Vegas lights and adoring crowds. Elvis'
I mean, he had a few nurses, didn't he? There's Tish Henley as well, isn't there, guys?
health was deteriorating in ways that clashed violently with the public image carefully maintained by his management and inner circle. Days blurred into nights filled with restless pacing, agonizing pain, and a growing dependence on prescription medications that cluttered the counters and crept into every corner of his home. Marion stood as the reluctant guardian of this secret world, a constant, silent witness who juggled medical care with the impossible task of shielding the king's reputation. Her role was more than...
So, I just want to read your comments a bit, guys. But, I want to be fair. I want to be fair, guys. There is a chance that things were kept quiet, that they didn't want the public to know how sick Elvis was, how unwell he was. I would have thought that even Elvis himself was embarrassed, uncomfortable with the public knowing just how sick he was, guys. Elvis had many medical problems, didn't he, guys? Yeah. So would you, if you were Elvis Presley and you were super famous, would you want the world to know how unwell you were? So I just want to quickly check your comments. Guys, I don't think this is a members only live, and I've done that on purpose because what I was going to try and do was see if people like Larry come on. I was going to try and see if it was possible for me to gift anyone. Oh, it's not letting me do it. I thought it might let me if you hit the $sign. It's not. I don't know why. I thought that if you press the $sign, it was going to let me, but it's not. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. So I don't think this is a members only live. It doesn't matter. Now let me just read some of your comments anyway. Is there a book of fan stories out there? They should do that. That's a good idea. Yeah, it's definitely an AI voiceover fake Elvis video. Some bits of it may be okay, but I'm not holding my breath, guys. I'm sure this is going to go pear-shaped. Let's just have a little look. I don't know how much about Marianne. Her book is on my list. I'm sure I have heard some of the members say awful things about her. Oh, okay. Well, I've read one of her books. I'm just trying to see if I can see it. Look, got the glasses on, guys. Woo! Look, what do you reckon? Do I look all right? Looking cool, yeah? I think I might just stay like this. What do you reckon? Yasmin, shall I stay like this? No. So I think I do have Marian's book, but I can't see it. I'm not going to spend ages looking for it. Let's have a look. Hi, Stefano. So welcome to the new member. We've got 8 new members. Welcome. Oh yeah, that's something I was going to tell you guys. Salvatore has joined up. Salvatore. So he's still around. Salvatore, you must join us. Salvatore, please join us and have a chat with us. Let us know you're okay. Salvatore, we all miss you. Seriously, guys. I don't know if for the new people, you won't know Salvatore. Salvatore is one of our favourite members. He sings to us, sends us loads of his lovely songs. We love Salvatore. We are massive fans of Salvatore. Should we play a Salvatore song? 1 second, guys. I'm just checking your comments quickly. So yeah, when I was looking at the new members, Salvatore's name popped up. I was chuffed to bits. I was like, yes, he's still out there. Where has he been? Has he been on holiday? Yeah, I was chuffed to bits. Shall I show you? Let me see if I can find it. No, actually, no. Maybe if I take a picture of it. There we are. Where are we? Let's get it up, guys. We love Salvatore. Come on. So I went on to the new members, and I was just seeing who had joined. 1 second. Let's get it up. Where are we? Here we go. So remember, we had 55 members, yeah? Let me take a picture of it. I'll take a picture of we've had 3, 6, 7, 8 new members. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, let's have a look. Let me just, hang on a minute. Lorna's rejoined as well. And then you've got, yeah, so the newest one I can see here is Zara at. Let me just take another picture. Trudy's joined us. Salvatore, Martha, Jen, Frederick, Angie and Joe and Michelle and Jimmy and Lorna. Obviously Ness had joined us as well. Right, so let me see if I can put it on let's see if I can put it on. The reason I'm showing you this, guys, because I want you to see that Salvatore joined. Let's have a look, see if I can quickly show you guys. Quickly, before I carry on playing the fake video. Let's have a look. Okay. So, there we go. There we are. Let's make it bigger. Salvatore! Rejoined today. Salvatore, join us, please. So let me just show you the other people. So we've obviously got Trudy, Salvatore, Martha, Jen, Frederick, Angie, and Joe. Let me just go back. So we've had eight new members, guys. That's okay, isn't it? 8 new members. I'm happy with that. We had 55 members anyway. So it looks like now we've got about 63, is it? I'm happy with that, guys. Let's have a look. Hang on a minute. So we've got obviously Frederick, Angie, Joe, Michael, Jimmy, Lorna, Zahara, Kat. Welcome to Team Elvis, guys. So let's have a look. A minute. Let's get your comments back up. Karen and Jen, I make my husband great. Well, tonight, guys, I did the cooking, the shopping. I did the cooking and the shopping. I was playing with my wife's car, which at the moment is working brilliant. And the washing up. That's what I did tonight. Yeah. My wife's at the gym, pumping iron. My wife, she's being a bit of a fitness fanatic at the moment. So shall we just quickly, before I carry on playing that video, shall we quickly see if we can see Salvatore? Hang on a minute. I think Salvatore is here. Hang on.
Well,
Let's have a look at your videos. Let's see if we can find Salvatore. Let's see if we can encourage Salvatore to come back on. Salvatore, we miss you. Where are you? I'm trying to remember where we put his song. There's one song that Salvatore that I loved. I'm just trying to see it, guys. Let's go to next. Salvatore, if you're watching me, you're going to have to resend it, mate. I can't find it. Let's have one more look. Oh, actually, I wonder if it will let me type it in. Sal. Ah, aha, found it. Right, okay. So, okay, guys, for the old school people and for the new people, this is Salvatore. We love him. We miss him. You're going to like this. He's an Elvis tribute act, of course. He is fantastic. We love him. He's one of us. He has a heart of gold. He's a true Elvis fan. And he is Team Elvis. And we've missed him. We haven't heard him for... Ooh. It's got to be a couple of months now. Okay, guys. Let's press play. Salvatore, please join us. Yeah, I'm guessing that Salvatore hasn't been well enough to join us. I'm hoping you're watching. We miss you. We miss you a lot. We send you love. We know you're getting better. We look forward to you joining us very soon. And we all pray for you and are waiting for you. Okay, my friend? There's a lot of love here from Team Elvis for you. Okay? Right. Let's get back to the video we were doing. So this is, we're talking about these fake channels. We're having a bit of fun at these ridiculous fake channels. We like Marion Koch. Yeah. I've read some great things about her. Let's keep going.
The nursing. It was navigating a labyrinth of denial, enabling, and the desperate hope that Elvis might reclaim his former vitality. She administered medication, monitored his vitals, and caught the subtle signs of decline that the public never saw. The chaotic diet of comfort foods, the endless cycles of exhaustion and insomnia, the isolation creeping in despite being surrounded by people, all unfolded in the shadows. Marion's memoir, I Called Him Babe, Elvis Presley's Nurse Remembers, published just 2 years after Elvis's death, offered a gentle window into those years. It shimmered with warmth, humor, and tender moments, the pajama parties, shared meals, and rare glimpses of the man beneath the legend. But the book was restrained, deliberately so. It skirted around the more troubling realities that Marion witnessed. I was never his nurse just to treat a patient, Marion said in a
It's all right, dogs are barking.
2002 interview, years later.
Right, Ella, come on.
Elvis was
Ella.
my friend. I was protective of him when he was living, and I'm still protective of him now. Her loyalty shaped every word, every omission. It was a code of silence that extended beyond professionalism. It was personal, emotional, and heavy. Yet silence carries its own burden. The public only saw what was curated, the shimmer and spectacle.
So in case you just joined us, we're looking at these fake Elvis channels, okay, guys?
Behind closed doors, a fragile man struggled against a tidal wave of pain and dependency.
I'll tell you what, he was in a lot of pain. He did become dependent, allegedly, on certain prescription medications. But we got to understand, guys, you turn to your doctor for help. Elvis needed help, very sick. He'd been sick for quite a while. A lot of pain, couldn't sleep, stomach problems. We know the story. yes, you become dependent on them. If if any of us here, and many of us here are on painkillers, are on sleeping tablets, are on steroids, are on things to make us feel better, things like Prozac, you do become dependent on them. After a while, you need, instead of having one tablet, you need two. You get it, guys? I know how it feels to be dependent. So when they use the word dependent in this video, I don't see it as a negative. Because if Elvis was taking some very strong medications from his doctor, from his nurses, prescription medication, because he was in a lot of pain, discomfort, and couldn't sleep, I understand. I understand, guys. Elvis, I think, was in a vicious cycle, a snowball effect, where things were getting worse, out of control. Things did go pear-shaped.
Marion bore that weight in quiet solitude, knowing that what she protected could never be fully revealed until it became impossible to hold back. What she refused to publish. Marion's memoir painted a portrait of Elvis that was affectionate and poignant, a man who was thoughtful, tender, and achingly lonely beneath the spotlight's glare. She recalled moments of laughter, banana pudding shared in pajamas, and an earnest vulnerability that few glimpsed.
So don't forget, guys, we don't know if any of this is true. This is a new storyline created for these fake Elvis channels, yeah? And there's a lot about it at the moment, guys. Please don't be taken in by these channels. Please don't fall for it. Now, there are snippets of truth, but there's a lot of lies thrown in the mix, guys.
The book was a homage to their bond, a testament to the human side of a figure often reduced to myth. But the memoir was only a fraction of the story.
So looking at this, a few of you have met her or spoke to her, yeah? Is that right? I think Pat has. I think Richie Boy said he's spoken to her. Yeah, so a few of you have met Marion or spoken to her, yeah?
Away in personal notebooks and private letters, Marion documented scenes the world was never meant to see. The decline masked by bravado, the subtle neglect lurking within a circle too entranced by Elvis's legend to confront the truth. She had carefully...
Yeah, there we are. Karen says it there. Come on, guys, we're all human. Many of us here are older, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90. Larry is 90, 92. We know, come on, we've been there, got the t-shirt, haven't we? I used to be on a lot of steroids. When I had my stomach problems, I was on a lot of steroids, yeah? I was not well, guys. So, and many of you guys are on, have had serious pain in your lives, yeah? Many of you, yeah? At the moment, poor Tony is suffering with a lot of pain. I'm really praying for Tony. We all love Tony. Let's all send Tony our love. I have messaged her to join us. She might be asleep, but Tony's having a tough time at the moment. So let's pray for Tony, okay?
Carefully sealed these records in an envelope decades ago, a physical symbol of her silence and the unspoken truths she carried. Why did she wait so long to even acknowledge these darker moments? Some believe it was fear, a fear of betraying a man she deeply admired, a fear of the fallout from those still loyal to the Memphis Mafia. Others suggest it was loyalty.
Anyway, guys, I've played enough of this, yeah? I want to give you... Let's see if we can find another one. I'm trying to show you guys. Was it... what was it called? Was it Rock and Roll? What was that channel? What was that channel called that we found the other day that just came up on our feed? I think it was called Rock and Roll. Let me just type this and see. Let's just see if it comes up. I'm trying to show you guys that these channels, these fake Elvis channels. Let me have a look. They don't care who they're making the videos about. Is that one there? Is that one? Let's have a look. Released Elvis. Right. So I think. No, I don't think that's...
FDA quickly re-released all of Elvis's previous Sun records.
Yeah, see, now this is a genuine one. I like this one. I'd like to watch this. This is an hour and a half wrong. An hour and a half long. I like this one. I'm going to put a like on this because I want to come back. We can come back to this. But I'm trying to show you that there's people are doing this for likes, for views, for subscribers. Look at all these brilliant things you can watch, guys. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Should we watch? They're being a bit crude with each other. Typical men, typical lads, yeah, having a chat. But you would, when you watch this, yeah, you don't think these guys are going to turn against me. You don't think it, do you? You know, Red West. I think I'm okay with Joe Esposito. I know some people are not happy with Joe Esposito, but I like him. I like him because when I was younger, I really liked Red West. Red West was the one I always used to see on TV with Elvis. And I used to think, you're a good mate of Elvis's. You would see them in these concert footage programs. And you would think, yeah, Red West is there. We'd all heard the story where Red West defended Elvis against the bullies who wanted to cut his hair. I actually heard Red West tell a different version of the story the other day. That Elvis was stood outside his school, you know, Hume's. And there was a bunch of boys that were waiting to jump him. Elvis looked very uncomfortable, and Red West came along and just stood by and made sure these boys left him alone. So the story that it happened in a toilet, like in the Kurt Russell film, I don't think that's how it played out, because this was Red West telling the story. But I liked Red West. So when today we've been doing the exposing of this book, Red West, Sonny West, Dave Hebler, we've been discussing these trashy things, and we've been discussing the Memphis Mafia betrayal. Then I see Red West on these videos, and I'm like, I actually liked Red West. So I'm so disappointed that these people betrayed him. It's upsetting, because I think there's a side to the fans that like Red West. Yeah? How do you feel, guys? Were you like that in the 80s and 90s and noughties? You liked them, but then years later, we've started to find out that these people betrayed Elvis. This is the weird thing, guys. There we are. Look, Richie Boy has met Red West. See, Red West, he seemed like a good guy, didn't he, Richie? You're so, you know, you've met him. Richie's met him. I'm sure he had a great personality. I like to think that Red West really regretted what he did, and always secretly wished he could have undone what happened. But he was stubborn. He was stubborn. I never heard Red West apologise for what he did. I've heard him have a few little disagreements with fans. I've never heard him say sorry. Yeah? A few people have told me Sonny West apologised. Is that true? Put it in the comments. Did Sonny West apologise? I honestly don't know, guys. It's going to get copyrighted. Unfortunately, it's going to get copyrighted. This stuff always gets... I've had this problem with YouTube before. Even when you start, they bloody still do it. It's annoying, yeah? But sometimes I just... Come on, guys, let's play another one. Yeah, Carolyn, Tony was on last night on our live. She does message me. She, you know, I'll be honest with you guys, she's having a bit of pain. She's about to have an operation. It's not life-threatening, but the operation she's having, she's got some pain. She's got some pain. So once she has, it's quite a small operation. So once she has that, the pain will go. Yeah. So, but at the moment, she's having a problem with pain. That is. But obviously, we all love Tony. We send her love. We pray for her. Let's all pray for her. Come on. We'll give her a big group hug. We love Tony. So Juliet Prowse, isn't she stunning? The first movie that Elvis made when he came out of the army, GI Blues. Look how great she looks. So what year would this be, guys? Tell me the year. The movie was 1960. Yeah. So that's obviously early 70s. Is that 1970? 71, 69, 70, 71, 72. Look how good she looks. She looks fantastic. And wasn't she also dating Frank Sinatra?
I've seen him twice.
That's good. I think we have a better show tonight.
Well, he was absolutely fantastic last night.
Here's hoping you have a very successful opening and you break both legs. Tom.
Guys, look at the TV. Do you remember the TVs when they were like that? I had that TV. Do you remember the makes back then? Baird, B-A-I-R-D. Baird TV. Ours was. I think we had a Sony. Do any of you remember your TV when you were little kids? I do. I remember sometimes it would get a green screen. It was black and white, but it would be green.
No.
See, look, if you look here, I can see a few faces here. Obviously, Charlie Hodge, Sonny, George Klein. I recognise this one. He's the one that was in the Muhammad Ali video I watched yesterday. He was obviously a bodyguard. The guy we're looking at his back. Who is it? Who's the guy we're looking at his back? Oh yeah, Joe. So Joe Esposito was in there as well.
Coach said on aim, no problem. We'll get no problem at all.
Karen, you used the remote control in my house. I'll tell you what, we didn't have remote controls, Karen, when I was a kid. Who was that? The one that says hello? Tell me her name.
Hello.
Who is she? She's beautiful. One second. I've just been sent a picture from Richie Boy. Hang on. Richie Boy, I'm going to put that... Have a look. With Charlie Hodge and obviously your daughter. God, Richie Boy, you're so handsome. Your daughter is beautiful. Right, let's have a... Right, let me just... hang on a minute. Let's go. We need Facebook for me to use it. Hang on, guys. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Here we go. Ta-da! Right, let me just see if you guys can see it. There we go. Look how handsome Richie Boy is. Obviously with Charlie Hodge. Richie Boy, was he drunk? Because he liked his drink, doesn't he? Charlie Hodge likes to drink, doesn't he? Your daughter is beautiful. You should be very proud. But was he drunk? Richie Boy, was he drunk? Because I know he likes to drink. I'll put it on the Facebook, mate. Let's have a look. Let's put it on Defending Elvis Facebook. Bumba, Richie Boy. You're on Facebook, mate. Right, let's go back. Is that the one? No. Here we is that it? Here we go. All right, yeah, he had a pint with you. I always liked a pint when I was a kid. I actually quite like bitter. I like to pint of bitter, pint of lager. I'm just going to guys have to sort out my son. So Andrew Phillips, hi Andrew. You saw him in London. He was a chain smoker. Back then, everyone was. I think I was when I was like 12. How many people here smoked when they were like 12 years old? I think I had my first cigarette when I was 11. It was pretty normal in the 80s to have a cigarette, in the late 70s to have a cigarette, wasn't it? Don't you think, guys? I definitely was smoking in the 70s, the late 70s, yeah? 70s, so I was 11. I think I had my first cigarette when I was about 11. So 78, yeah? How many of you were smokers when you were kids? Come on. I find that we were quite advanced in the 70s. We were quite grown up, weren't we? Like in the 70s, you could leave home at 15, get a job at 15 and get on with your life, couldn't you? You couldn't do that now. They wouldn't let it happen now. Now in 2025, you leave home when you're like 22, maybe older. Things have changed. Jane, 9 years old? How? That's just terrible.
The words on this, I just can't help believing on this too. Yeah,
But to be honest with you guys, when I was a kid at school, everyone smoked. Everyone. The teachers, the cleaners, the cooks, the kids, even the dogs smoked. Yes, so do any of you remember the price of cigarettes? Yeah? Like, I remember it was 16p for, number 6. Number 6. Do any of you remember number 6? Do any of you remember that? I'm sure it was a green and white and black packet, was it? And we wouldn't buy 20, we would buy 10. 10 number 6. Do they even make 10 packets now? Right, my wife's here, so I've got to go in a minute. The wife's here, so the dog's barking. So I'm finishing up now. We've had a bit of a laugh tonight. So guys, the wife's back. Let me see if I can just find another bit of retro. Come on, let's put a bit of retro on. So everything all right? Did that go okay? Here we go, guys.
Introducing Mr. Vernon Presley, Elvis Presley's father. Mr. Presley.
Yeah, that's it. Embassy number 6. That's the one. 16p for 10. Aurora, what cigarettes did you buy when you were a kid that were 10 packs?
Lambert and Butler.
Lambert and Butler. Did they do them in 10s? Yeah. They did them in 10s. We used to buy 10s when we were kids. We couldn't afford 20s.
There's a friend coming out.
First of all, I plead innocent of all charges.
Okay.
Yeah, Andy, that's right. My dad would give me 10p and say, make sure it lasts all day.
All right.
Or Woodbines, that's wrong. Woodbines. I couldn't have smoked those, no chance.
Thank you, dear. Love you too. Thank you.
So Linda, they used to sell singles. Did they do that? I didn't know that.
Smoking.
Yeah, Grandad smoked. What did Grandad smoke? Roll-up. He would do the roll-ups. Do any of you do the roll-ups? So, Linda, I didn't know they used to sell them in singles. I do remember Camel. Ugh. Yeah. Separates. Is that what they're called? Separates.
Will you gentlemen get down in front a little bit and get your pictures later, please? I think it was a matter of not getting the building, the proper building. We had to wait our turn in order to get the building. Couldn't get a good building in 15 years. No, all kidding aside, we had to wait our turn to get into the garden, you know. Oh, I like it. You know.
Why do you think you've outlasted every other entertainer from the 50s and, for that matter, the 60s as well?
I take vitamin E.
All right, you do.
I don't know. I was only kidding. I just embarrassed myself, man.
So you could buy one for a penny.
I don't know, dear.
You stole your dad's cigarettes. I did as well. My dad smoked Rothmans. I would nick my dad's Rothmans.
I enjoy the business. I like what I'm doing.
Carolyn, you're very naughty, stealing your dad's fags. The funny thing is, my dad never noticed.
On the press corps that you really are a shy, humble, wonderful human being. Would you agree with that? Mr. Presley? Mr. Presley?
No, that's it.
Yeah, I remember Benson and Hedges. I didn't like them. They were. I didn't like them on my throat. I remember John Player Blacks. John Player Special. Is that it?
Mr. Presley, while you're up, don't change that position for a minute. I'm reminded of the Ed Sullivan shows where they wouldn't shoot
So am
that
I. That's why I'm sitting down.
Are you satisfied with the image?
If I can find the right kind of... No, I stopped using that greasy kid stuff, too. Just like everybody else did, man. Yeah.
You criticize so much for your long hair and your racism. It seems so modest now.
Man, I was tame compared to what they do now. Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. We just jiggle, you know. Yeah.
How do you feel about the way performers act on stage now compared to what you used to do and get criticized for?
Oh, I don't know. I really can't criticize anybody. In the entertainment field, I think there's room for everybody, and I hate to criticize another performer. Well, the image is one thing, and a human being is another, you know. So.
How close does it come? How close does the image come to the man?
It's very hard to live up to an image. I'll put it that way. Yeah.
See, when I got older, I liked Marlboro Lights. Marlboro Lights. I never liked Marlboro Reds. They were too strong for me.
It's according to what you're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah, it's that Andrews, that cigarillos. Cigarillo, that's what Elvis smoked, isn't it?
No, I don't know. I'd like to think so. I beg your pardon?
You are a supermodel, Emma.
Well, I found that in the audiences that we have, it's mixed. It's older people, younger people, and the very young, and all types of people, you know, which is good.
After 47 gold records, 32 movies, what are you going to do now?
Hunt. No, I just made a movie of the last tour that I did. It's the first live concert that we ever filmed, so that's my next project that's coming out.
Mr. Can we...
I just missed it, the live audience.
So look, this is a great example. Okay, guys, 1972. 5 years before, 5 years later, Elvis passes away. There's nothing wrong with Elvis here. He looks great, not slurring his words. He looks completely fine, looks healthy. He's answering his questions perfectly, very intelligent, very smart, really concentrating, really taking the questions seriously. He wants to give each person a really good answer, a thought out answer. There's nothing wrong with Elvis here, but he is portrayed like he was ill for 10 years. Do you know what I mean, guys? Like he was portrayed like he was some kind of junkie for, for most of his life. So unfair. 1972, and he looks great. Now remember, his health is starting to get bad now. It's snowballing. He's getting more unwell. So there is nothing wrong with Elvis in 1972. And what about, coherent? Yeah, he's completely sober. That's my point. Yeah.
So just as soon as I got out of the movie contracts, I started to do live performances again.
Will you be doing more and more now?
I think so. Because I'm sorry. There's so many places that I haven't been yet. Like I've never played New York here. You know. I've never been to Britain either. You know. I'd like it to. Yes, sir. I'd like to very much. I'd like to go to Europe. I'd like to go to Japan and all those places. I've never been out of this country except in the service. You know.
Oh, Mr. Presley.
So guys, I've only got a couple of minutes left. We'll let this play out, but what a great answer. What a great answer.
Entertainers should keep their views to themselves too.
No, I can't even say that.
Well done, Elvis.
I beg your pardon? I might, yeah, I might, yeah. It's courting. Yeah.
What do you got? What time do you like? What time do you got? One more question.
You were allowed to what, dear?
I agree. He's so endearing. You cannot help but fall in love with him.
I don't know. That's a good question. Why is that, Colonel?
Yeah, High Nat TV, he became very sick.
She said, why could they film the concert in Boston? They couldn't film it here.
If you come here, spread it around for you.
What? What did he say?
So there you go. Yes. Yes.
Elvis, when consent to wander into your biography
I just don't feel that it's time yet, you know.
Yeah, Karen, you're right. She was pushy.
Maybe I will someday, but not right now.
Elvis, is your return to New York heralded to return to big educated?
Who's talking? The camera? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. What'd you say?
Do you think that your return signals the start of the return of other big name
I don't know. I didn't know they ever stopped. None of that. I'm talking under the table, but have any other aspirations in politics or anything of that nature? Oh yeah, I'd like to do something.
Got away from the hard rock and roll that you did 15 years ago.
Okay.
Why is it that you got away from doing the hard rock? You really don't do that hard rock anymore, like the hard rock.
It's very difficult to find that type of song. It's hard to find good material nowadays, you know, for everybody, for all of us, you know.
You're one of the forerunners of rock and roll. You don't record hard rock anymore. Why?
It's very difficult to find any good hard rock songs. If I could find them, I would do them, you know.
Mr. Presley, who do you find sexy? Who are the people you think are sexy?
Aware of it, really.
That's a good question. Did he answer that question? I don't know.
I really can't sit him down. No, I can't do that. I just shouldn't save it for the show.
Mr. Presley, what do you think of women's? What do you think of women's liberation?
Well, you know, watching is right. You know, on social comments like that, I just tend not to make a comment.
Some of you people that had all these pictures, would you be nice to step aside and let these others take a few pictures? Please, step aside, please. Let's all back up. Give me another chance, please. Come on up with your cameras. All here. Come on, come on, step aside.
The belt is
Come on, bring your cameras over here.
the belt is an award from the.
Fellas a chance. Come on through here.
As soon as the colonel gets through talking, I'll tell you.
Go ahead, you fellas. Thanks.
The belt is an award.
We talk to your father. We talk to your father.
Will I talk to my father?
Can we ask him a question?
He handles all my personal affairs.
Can we ask him a question? No. Can we ask your father a question?
Oh, sure.
The other Mr. Presley.
I love the way on this bit he goes all humble and quiet.
At what point did you realize that your son was more than your son and now a very, very famous person?
Well, it's kind of hard to say. You know, it happened so fast, it's hard to keep up with it, you know. It just boom, overnight, and there it was. So I'd say maybe probably 1956, the first television show.
Do you have any regrets that
I tried to tell him sooner, but he wouldn't listen.
No, I have no regrets of it. In fact, I have enjoyed it, really.
Well, all kidding aside, it happened very fast to all of us, my mother and my father and all of us. That, you know, everything happened overnight, and so we had to adjust to a lot of things very quickly. A lot of good things.
Presley Sr., after Elvis got famous, do you think he changed in any way at all?
No, not really. I can't tell that he changed it.
Elvis?
I sweat more. Yes.
Elvis, do you find his lawyer was more than John?
I can't. There's a lot of them. I can't think of any right offhand.
I like to live up to my reputation of being a nice guy. This is it, folks.
Beautiful, baby.
I've got to go back to rehearsal, folks. Thank you very much.
That's it, guys. I tell you what, I love that. I thought that was brilliant. Just Elvis is such a lovely man, isn't he? That interview was beautiful, lovely. Every word of that interview was nicely done, beautifully done, really charming, carefully thought out responses to the question. But some of the people asking the questions are a bit pushy, aren't they? Just brilliant. I could watch that again and again. I could watch that all day. Be quite happy to just sit here and watch Elvis with his dad. He looks fantastic. Doesn't he look fantastic, though? You know, it's like I've really enjoyed that. I've this whole live stream, those 5 minutes, whatever it is, 10 minutes. I've loved it. I've loved it, guys. Beautiful inside and out. Okay, guys, I'm off. I you know me, guys. I tend to bed down quite early. By about 10 o'clock, I'll be like, and then I get up early and do some videos. My new thing now, I make a couple of videos in the morning so that I can post them and then we can comment on them together. So I post them as a premiere. And I tend to do one live around a live stream around 11, 12. That's my little routine. So if I'm lucky, I get a dog walk on the Keto channel, a dog walk on the Long Lost Footage channel. All right, guys, gotta go. Good night to everyone. Thanks for joining me. We've had over 40 of you joining. No trolls, which makes me happy. Thanks to everyone that joined me, and thanks for having a chat. I've enjoyed this, guys. It's been a complete pleasure. Complete pleasure. I've loved it. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow.